Why on earth can't the construction industry catch up with banking? What's going on? In the mid-19th century, we were neck and neck. We both had standard form, paper-based contracts. Individual banknotes were being issued and they were all being wet-signed by a banker. And weirdly enough, the banking industry decided that that was not really very helpful. It was going to stifle commerce. It's going to stop people entering into banknotes and getting that contract as quickly as they wanted it. At the same time, the construction industry started introducing corporate standard forms, which resulted in the first ever London building contract terms in the late 19th century. And where have we been to since? Have we got modern technology? Have we got building contracts on our phones? No. The only building contract we have on a tablet is this one from the British Museum. This is 5,000 years old, but you can hold it in your hand. It's about as good technology as we have. The vast majority of construction projects end up with wet-signed, paper-based contracts, 2/3 of which are signed before the project starts and a third aren't. Now, given that we have £111 billion of construction work done in the UK every year, that means we've kind of got a face of £30 billion worth of construction work is done every year without a contract being in place. So what do we need to do to change? We need to get better tools. We need to move away from the idea we have to have massive paper-based contracts which are cast in stone when we start and then need change mechanisms as we go. Now, one of the advantages of, say, smart or digital technology is that the contract can change as the project proceeds. It doesn't have to be cast in stone with all incremental changes as we go. So we might want to change our technology. We might want to build contracts based on clause libraries, based on answering specific questions, rather than having this 140 different standard forms across 12 different publishers, which are massively an industry in themselves just to read, review and update. I know I've had a look at NEC4 line by line, JCT 2016 line by line, FIDIC. Oh my goodness me, the changes, the interpretation, negotiation, amendment of those contracts is in fact an industry in itself. So we need to change our technology. We need to move away from paper-based contracting. We need to move away also from our mindset, which is that a contract maybe is a stick to beat the other side with. Maybe a contract isn't. Maybe it's a project management tool. Maybe it's a series of procedures, flowcharts, diagrams, guidance that helps us know how we're going to work together and what we're going to build. Brilliant. Stefania Passera says in her PhD about contract visualization, there's basically two theories of contracts. One is that it is a project management tool. The other one is it's a legal tool to safeguard and enforce remedies. We need to change our mindset if we want to move to digital contracts. We need to stop worrying whether or not electronically signed documents are a thing, because people have made multi-billion-pound contracts by email. Why are we worrying about electronic signatures? We need to move with the technology. And the other thing we might need to do is simplify. You see, there is no point putting lipstick on a pig. There is no point automating our huge standard form contracts. JCT Standard Building Contract 2016 is about 50,000 words. And from what I've seen, most of the schedules of amendments are about the same. We don't need to automate or digitise 100,000 words. That would be madness. So maybe we also need to simplify. So let me know, come to my talks at Rick's Matrix London and a comment and decide and challenge and think about how we can help construction go digital. Because paper-based contracts are causing a huge problem in our industry. We know that 2% of projects never ever got a contract signed. Now that's about £3 billion worth of work. That can't be good for our industry.